part 3, picking up where we left off. I last left off about to face Skekmal. Let's get back to it. I called it Campaign Hup. I hope if I do decent on this, I will move on to the advanced, harder gameplay. But currently we are at Dreamfast memory. Enter the Hunter, the Gobbles. Rion has found several new Gelfling allies, but the Skeksis have sent their mightiest warrior to stop them. Rion is required. We got a party of 4. Let's see what happens here. Again, this is part 3. Welcome everyone who is joining. Feel free to chat along, ask any Dark Crystal thingy you want to. Oh, you know what? Before I started, I did want to change that little let's discuss the Dark Crystal. 1 second here. Do want to move that box over a little bit because that shows some important stats. Alright. Second, I'm ready to go. Alright. Just kidding, 1 more second. Alright, here we go. Alright, I do want Naya because she can push. That is super helpful. I'll put her here. And pushing people into the Gobbles is extremely helpful. Definitely need a mender because we're way outnumbered here. And lastly, I need some broth. So I'm gonna of course pick Kylan. Let's see. Yeah, let's start. Here we go. Let's see what happens. Ordon. Rion, we have to move quickly. When the Skeksis realize I betrayed them, they'll send others. But you're the captain. The Gelfling will have to listen to you. They won't send Gelfling. They'll... What was that? Oh, you know what it was. Skekmal the Hunter, I have come for my prize. I will take father and son. So menacing, so menacing. Alright, Kylan is a scout. He sure does get to go a lot. I have ways to slow people down. You know what? Let's move him and slow these people trying to outflank us here. I don't think Boa can reach. Nope, so in that case we're just going to end our turn because I don't think I can mark anyone now. Yeah. Alright, we'll end our turn there. And this person here. I am going to move here. If you are next to Ordon, you get accuracy up. Your accuracy is increased by 20%. That is great. So I'm going to cast Carapace. This is a shell armor. This helps you stay protected against physical attacks. Alright, Naya is pretty tanky. She's at 182 health. Rion's 203. Okay, they're both pretty tanky. I'm going to have all these guys kind of stick together in this choke point here. Might drop back. I'm not sure. See, she doesn't have any ranged attacks, right? Just a shove, bash, yeah. So let's just move here for now and see what happens. Got a turn order up here. Yep, see that guy. That guy trying to sneak. Does Ryan have any ranged attacks? He has no ranged attacks, so we're gonna move up here. You can move through the Gobbles. They only do damage if you actually end your turn there. With that, I don't have that up. I used to have a ability to sharpen my attack. That'll give me more attack. I don't have it anymore. Ordon, I must knock that fiend into the Gobbles. It may be our only chance. He should also have a scar. He should have a cool battle scar on his face from the Arathan Wars that he did 30 trying before this moment. So Ordon is a special character that you get for this level, and so I will gladly take OP Ordon. And he's only technically a level 3. but his health is a lot tankier than mine. So we are going to, let's move here so we can take all the damage. I don't think there's anything. Oh, he can start inflicting some damage. May as well do that. He has a lot of MP, so we'll just have him keep on doing his special abilities. Special abilities do cost you MP typically. Oh, a healer. We definitely need to get rid of that healer. That's going to be no good for us. Let's see if Brave Kylan. Let's keep this guy from moving around. Oh, I need to really get rid of them. Yeah, we'll see what happens. DJ Zapper. Oh, you didn't hear me? I think I answered that in the second video, but I'm more than happy to talk about it again. I love to talk about all things the Dark Crystal. DJ Zapper's asking if I would want to see Skeksaw appear in Age of Resistance Season 2. For those of you who don't know, Skeksaw is basically a pirate type Skeksis. She is epic. She's great. Commands the high seas. She has a crazy boat. Let me show you a picture of her boat here. If I can find it. It's a couple of great illustrations. I know it's in this one. Oh, here it is. Look at this crazy. These illustrations are by Corey Godby, by the way. But so there's the Mariner with a Gelfling, and she's summoning her ship, which is this massive beast, very behemoth-like. I guess Leviathan-like, since it comes from the sea, and like inside its guts and stuff, they have chambers, and that's where Skeksaw lives and commands. So having Skeksaw in the show would be epic. I would definitely love to see it, if that's what you're asking. What's up, Cypher Boy? But I doubt she would show up unless it's just she's there, maybe in a big battle scene, doing some stuff. But I doubt we'll see her on the high seas and things like that. I mean, I'd be okay if they pushed the envelope and did stuff like that, but one of the reasons they actually encouraged J.M. Lee, the author, to go to the high seas and do stuff that we can't really do with puppetry is so that our imaginations can play that out. So, while I do doubt it would happen, I would more than welcome it. Alright, Naya's going to move up here because she has a shove ability, and she is going to shove our friend, and by friend I mean fiend, Skekmal the Hunter, into these Gobbles. The Gobbles do 150 damage. He has 1,000 health. The average person here has like 150 health, I would say. And so he is our OP boss character there. We definitely want to keep our healer alive. I'm already using a lot of HP up for him. Whose turn is it? It is Rion's turn. Rion has no ranged attack. I really think we need to move in on this healer, because the last thing I want to see is this healer come in and do some crazy stuff on me. Should we heal this guy? Oh, you know what? We should just shove him back, because this could possibly go back. Oh, not that many moves. Oh, it knocks the target back 3 tiles. Okay, actually, let's do that then. Oh, that's so OP. Wow, he's almost dead. Okay, that's anything we could have done. Better than anything we could have done. Hello from France. We got France in here. Cool. I love that people from all over the world enjoy the Dark Crystal. Hello from France. Can we play with Jen, Kira, and other characters from the movie in this game? This game does take place during the Age of Resistance. It basically follows the plot. There's a couple side missions and whatnot. So no, unfortunately, we cannot play Jen and Kira. That would be really cool, but they're not born at this time. But we may see their parents. Who's their parents? Just kidding. But yeah, DJ up here. Do I think Skeklock is male or female? The books have revealed that she's a male. Now, back in the day, the Skeksis had no gender at all. They were neither male or female. They did say that there is some that would tend to be the most feminine, you know, using our standards. But nowadays, they have kind of changed that in the books, especially in the behind-the-scenes books. They say like, oh, this Skeksis is a she. It's a girl. Blah blah blah. Things like that. So. I think there's 3 of them now, because they refer to Skeksaw as a girl as well. And I forget who the other one is at the moment. The one who decorated the hunter. I'm drawing a blank. I've had so much on my mind. I'm trying to do a lot of things. And hello from Australia. Cool, we're getting people from all over the world. Welcome. Of course, you know, people from all over the world fit on Thra, so not really surprised by that. Alright, I'm going to move, and I think I need to heal. He's not that low. You know what? I might do... Oh, this will have that Carapace for a couple turns. Naya doesn't have it. Should I heal Rion? Let's heal Rion. That's not Rion, that's Kylan. Kylan makes much more than Broth, by the way. I'm a huge Kylan fan. He's the star of the second book. Actually, it's all told from his perspective, and I just love that guy. I feel like Mark's a waste of time. I wish I could see more stats on it, on how... I mean, it reduces their evasion, but this guy doesn't seem like he's going to evade me anyways. He doesn't look that smart. I cannot get on that. Oh wait, can I go to this area? It does not look like it. That might just be background. Huh, that might be a way to play it too if you're kind of running away. Not running away, but... can we... You know what? Actually, I'm going to... I love that you can undo your move. That used to be such a punishing thing in old school RPGs. Okay, his move is down. He can't move as much. I think he can still move out of the Gobbles. Alright, why is Ordon hiccuping in pain? Wounded. Takes 10% max HP. Oh, do I have anything to heal that? I should have healed him, because he has a large health pool. That was a foolish move. Missed opportunity. Missed opportunity. Well, it's Ordon's turn again. He is not going to go in the Gobbles, because that would be a crazy move. That guy's going to probably die soon. Well, you know, we can attack this guy again. Oh, I really want to get that healer. Really want to get that healer. I could move here and finish off this guy. Let's start going for this healer, though. He has so much MP. I'm not worried about using his abilities. The other people I've... Oh, is that a stun he did? Does that have stun power? The hunter says, "Enough of this. Feel my wrath, Gelfling." Oh, look at that. He's all fired up and looks all menacing. And he jumped up in the sky, and I assume that means this red target here means that's where he's going to land, and he's going to do damage all up in here. Since he's OP, I assume he's going to do a whole lot of damage. 525 lines. This has not been going on for hours. I spent about 30 minutes in the beginning working out some bugs that I thought I fixed yesterday when I did a test stream. The first 30 minutes was kind of going through all the teaching you how to play levels. I mean, I'm still kind of in that phase. I played it for about another hour, and this is my third stream now. Just started, so I just started this level with the hunter. I started this on the last one, but I didn't have time to finish it. I mean, I like just started it, so now we're actually going through it and playing a little more tactical, which makes sense since it is a tactics game. If I go high ground here, I will not get hit by that. So we're going to play it safe and slow and just walk over here. She really has nothing else to help right now, so we're going to end her turn. Besides from the Dark Crystal, what other media series do you like? I'm personally a big Halo fan. I'm a big fan of... we'll see what I have up here. Wheel of Time is something I need to read. My fiance is a huge fan of that. I plan to read all those. I'm currently going through The Hobbit. I finished The Hobbit book again. Well, actually, The Hobbit I'd never read. I'd read The Lord of the Rings, the first 2 books in the series before, long time ago. My fiance is a big fan as well, and she just recently read all those to her kids, so I'm going through them myself on audiobook. I'm currently in The Two Towers, really enjoying that series. I've always loved the movies as well. The Never-Ending Story. If you love The Never-Ending Story, I love most things from the 80s. I grew up as an 80s kid. If you love The Never-Ending Story, you should definitely read the book. The book is so good, and I don't think many people know about it. Well, I mean, they might know there's a book, but I don't think they know how much different it is from other from the movie. Like where the movie ends, it's kind of only halfway through the book. My fiance likes Star Trek. I saw a couple series with certain roommates that I've had in the past, especially during college. I myself, I've never been opposed to it. I am a huge Star Wars fan as well. I'm kind of discouraged by the latest movie, though, especially because I read all the comics, and you see some of my comic collection, and I read all the books, and it did no justice to that. DJ P, are you talking about the Neverending Story book? Because the book is incredible. I love that book. I love that book. Oh man, he cannot get out of the way. I wonder if he has enough health. I feel like I should not lose Rian. He's important, but I really want to finish this guy off. I'm getting greedy, but we're gonna do this anyways. Inflict stun, pummel strike. Let's just give him a basic attack. Nice little stab there. I have to assume that most people who like Dark Crystal, if you grew up with the film, you probably watched the Neverending Story. There's so much great fantasy. Yeah, the Neverending Story book is incredible. That book is, man. I was genuinely shocked how good that book was. It was a page turner for me. I actually only read the book. I grew up loving the movie. I wore out the VHS, kind of like my Dark Crystal VHS. Let me think here real quick before I move. I'm going to definitely... Oh, I still should have healed Ordon, but I mean, I kind of know he's going to die anyways, and so sorry, Ordon. I'm keeping my broth boy alive. We're going to need that broth later. We're going to need some sustainability. Anyways, that Neverending Story book is incredible. It's really good. And actually, I don't know if you know this. You probably know this if you're a Neverending Story fan. The author of the book himself did not like the movie. He was really disappointed with the movie. And of course, if you saw 2, 3, and 4, yeah, even though one of them, I think it's 3 or 4, they use Jim Henson puppets. It gets a really different feel, but I mean, they stray so far. And I'm okay if movies do that, but it was just a little too far. I still really do like the first movie. I mean, it's a lot of nostalgia value for me as well. I grew up with it, so. You know, there's not many guys left. Well, I mean, I still have the Hunter. I really want to attack. You know what? Skekmal's coming up. I'm going to stand here. He's going to land there. I can't really push him yet. I'm just gonna end her turn. I'm just gonna end her turn and hopefully be able to shove him into the Gobbles sooner, because she has that ability as well. All right, here comes Skekmal. I was about to say, okay, well, the damage wasn't that bad, but the stun, that super lame. Is that a stun, or what does that actually do? That was, oh, stun. Cannot act next turn. So why are you giving me an option? Oh, it's not his turn. It's Kylan's turn. Wow. Okay, the stun hurts. The stun hurts. I don't know if that means you can... I doubt that means you can still move. Okay, what is this healer at? I do not want this healer to do anything. The healer has 41 HP. The caster has 53. I'm a little more worried about the healer. Let's take care of him. Let's see. Naya does not go before he does. That's a shame, because I was counting on her to push him. Well, at least she's not stunned. Yeah, we're gonna get rid of these guys before we do anything else. Sweet, he's gone. The 80s had a lot of good movies. Kind of hard to get wrapped up into one. Yeah, that is true. As a kid, I was not allowed. I grew up in a pretty hardcore fundamentalist home, and I was not allowed to watch movies with magic. So the Neverending Story didn't technically have magic, so I was allowed to watch it. The Dark Crystal did not technically have magic. I mean, it had podlings and gelflings being drained, but it wasn't magic. So I was allowed to watch it. Like, I wasn't allowed to watch Little Mermaid, although that was like early 90s, I think. Things like that. So that is how that goes. Okay, let's see. You know, Ordon is still... No, he's not bleeding anymore, but we should heal him. How's our boy Kylan doing? We really need him as well. You know what? Let's... Can we move to... There is no higher ground. I don't want to carapace both those guys. I'm going to move a tiny bit closer to you know, I don't have very much HP or MP left. Oh, I can only heal one more person. I'm not gonna waste a fly on that. 40. You know what? Let's attack for now. Weak attack. But that's not his purpose. Oh no, and of course he's going, wow, he can push back 2 guys? Well, that's kind of nice because I was like, well, now I can't attack this guy because that was the only way I could get to him unless I throw a stone or something. Alright. Naya. I love Naya. Naya's one of the main characters, or she's the main character of the 1st and 4th of the J.M. Lee young adult novels, and I just love her. She's not doing much good over here. And she has no ranged attacks, so we're just going to end her turn. Man, I love Naya, and I'm really not putting her to use. It's a shame. Alright, what we got in chat? I consider Star Wars Episodes 7, 8, and 9 uncanon. They pretty much ruined both Luke's character and Anakin's prophecy, and yes, I did. Yeah, after I saw 9, I asked the question, what was the point of that trilogy? That was a question I asked. And you know, nowadays, a lot of people are calling back the nostalgia of properties we grew up loving, and Dark Crystal is one of the first ones that really got it right and did it justice and made it even better, I would dare say, with its prequel. I mean, it's great. I absolutely love it. And again, I also absolutely love Star Wars, but I'm not the happiest about. I wasn't a fan of J.J. Abrams, I'll be honest with you. I actually was a fan of Last Jedi because it tried something different and it got back to the mythology of Star Wars. And I know people's arguments of why it ruined Luke and things like that. And, you know, I'm not going to disagree with you. But at the same time, I loved it for a lot of the brave things it did. It did not want to just, you know, fit the typical... you know what, let's finish this guy off. Alright, good. We only have one guy left to worry about. But man, he seems to get so many turns. Oh, he does so much damage. Oh, I can push him now, though, with Naya. See, I am going to put her to use. Yes. Man, these guys remain stunned for a long time, it seems. That seems like way longer than I would have expected. Oh, the Gobbles damage is so good. You constantly got to be pushing that guy. Anyways, yeah, I also do really love the Harry Potter series as well. My daughter read all those books. I read those with her, sometimes together, sometimes separately. I do love that universe as well. 525 lines. I was not allowed to play Dungeons and Dragons as a child. I did watch the cartoon every now and then. Some fantasy stuff I was allowed to, even though it had magicians and things like that. Again, I don't know the consistency. That's a different issue. But I did play other role-playing games growing up. Cyberpunk, Rift, the Star Wars RPG. I grew up in Boy Scouts. We went camping like twice a month. We did so much camping, and so after we do our not chores, whatever, building stuff and working on. I only have one heal left. Who should I heal? And after working on merit badges and things like that, we would get hours every time to. We had a great dungeon master, and we get hours and hours to play games. And so we did that. You know what, I'm gonna. Since he primarily does physical attack, if I do that though, I can't heal anyone, can I? Wait, did my MP go up? I may have been looking. Yeah, 60, so I can only do one more heal. Okay, I might as well do both of these because that'll be 100. But I actually haven't played Dungeons & Dragons yet. I actually was looking for a group recently, especially for the Star Wars role-playing game. I've done a little bit of Star Wars role-playing games. With my kids, just a little bit, but not really formed a group. And I've tried some other ones like Dungeon Crawl Classic, I think it's called. A friend won that at a convention. But actually, here's a little Dark Crystal connection. The Dark Crystal Age of Resistance was actually originally called the Age of Rebellion. And if you look at some old photos where they have a little marker to, cut, action, things like that, it says Age of Rebellion in the early days. The reason they could not use that anymore was because Star Wars started copyrighting Age of Rebellion before the Dark Crystal came out, and it could copyright it. And that comes from their role-playing game. This is their newer role-playing game. They have an older one. which is also great. That's the one I grew up playing. This one's really fun. It has some really cool features, but anyways, yeah, Shadowrun. Shadowrun is great. I do love Shadowrun. Pretty interested in that new Cyberpunk. Was it 2020 something? I should know. I have a friend who already pre-ordered that. I don't know if I'll actually get around to do it. I don't have a lot of free time nowadays, but I'll probably have less free time because I'm about to have 5 kids. So, all right, let's. Well, I'm glad I get a little bit of time. I'm not sure how long I'll even have right now to do this. All right, Brave Kylan is going to move. I think I can attack from here. Nope, I need to go a little further. His range, he's pretty far from everyone. Let's drop his range. Okay, we have him past halfway down. I feel very hopeful. Man, those Gobbles do tons of damage. Those Gobbles are so OP. Question on if... Oh, he's doing that jump thing again. Okay. Kylan is already out of the way. Naya, I'm not going to waste you. Wait, who's turning? Give me Naya. No, she's hurt. Let's move out of the way and get high ground. I'll answer your questions in a sec. Let me finish this turn while I can think. Kylan is fine where he's at. He can't mark anybody. I don't see any reason to move, so I'm just going to end this turn. Our healer is going to die, so let's move him. Ooh, he can move to safety right here on that guy's corpse. Thanks, dude. And let's finish off with a heal. Where's Ordon at? Ordon's fine, he's so tanky. Let's keep our Rion alive. Everyone else, I think she will be... Oh, I can't reach her anyways. Alright, he is full health. I do not want him to get hurt though, because I want to do damage to Skekmal. He's about to drop, so let's move out of the way just right here. And this will do nothing to any of us. Alright, I feel good about this turn. And here comes the drop. The Hunter. Doing deadly plunge. Oh, Ordon was still in the way? Oh, I never got to move him. Well, skipped his turn anyways. Alright, let's mark him to do more damage. Well, so he can't move away from us. Now I know if... So, in some tactic games, I'm thinking of old school, like not Dark Crystal Tactics, this is Dark Crystal Tactics. I'm thinking of old school Final Fantasy Tactics and Battle Ogre, things like that. Those are some of the last tactic games I've played. Standing next to someone or behind them would give you more damage. This does not seem to be the case for this. I'm assuming I can't stun him. He's way too strong. I can't make his attack less. Oh, wait. Duh. Let's shove. Oh, that's so good. Naya's the real hero. She's the real hero. She is the one who helped gather all the... Oh, we did it. Let's see what it says. Hold on. I will not leave without my prize. Get away from my son. Here's what happens in the movie. I hate that they have it in like a dress. Oh, rip. Father, no! Oh, yeah, so OP. What a waste. You're coming with me. This is the part of the show where he takes Rion. Victory! Victory, even though we're about to get snatched away by him. Alright, we're level 4. Kind of really hoping to get to level 5, because that's when I can get secondary jobs and get some more options as far as abilities go. Dreamfast. Ooh, a new ability, Dreamfast. I also got the Hunter Shiv. Cool. Grave Dancer just... Alright, while we're on a break, let's can answer some questions here. Alright, what we got in our chat? Welcome those who just joined us. Shadowrun. So I actually have not read the books. I've also played some of the tactical card games, not tactical card games, the collectible card games, TCGs. I mean, they go by so many different names nowadays. I also grew up playing Pokemon, the Sailor Moon card game, Star Wars card game, collectible card game I'm talking about, and it's Netrunner. Netrunner is the one I'm thinking of. That one is great. That one's so cool. Would you be okay if they made a Dark Crystal sequel movie? And if yes, what would you want to see from it? I don't want to see a Dark Crystal sequel movie. They probably because they promised that since like 2006, and even earlier there was hints of it coming or promises of it coming, and it just never came to be, and it was in production hell forever, and it really wasn't until 2012 that they kind of finally officially said, nope, it's dead and done, not happening. And that was super discouraging because at the time nothing new came out for the Dark Crystal. Actually, the only thing that came out for the Dark Crystal was the mangas, the two manga sets, and these actually came out in conjunction because they were going to be connected to the movie. You know, when they advertised them, we were like, oh, you want some more Dark Crystal? Not directly connected because this is prequel stuff. This is Garth Moore era. This is great stuff, by the way. I really love these mangas. But I'm not too much of a fan of the plot. So we actually did get the sequel. We got the true sequel in the comic books. I still haven't. Have I done a video about that? I think I've done a video of that. I have. I've done a video review. It's not the best. My son was holding the camera, and sometimes he was holding the mic, and that was early days of YouTubing. I was still figuring it out. I'm not a fan of the plot. Again, it's kind of like the Star Wars sequels. It undoes some of what the original, like what was so grand and epic and heart-stirring about the original. I'm just like, well, why did you change it? Like, why did you just rehash it? Like, Episode 7 was so rehashy for me. Power of the Dark Crystal is extremely rehashy to the film. And the film was great. Just leave it alone. Do something different. I mean, there's a lot of areas you can explore and go with a sequel. If they did a sequel, I'd like to see one maybe between the 100 years of when that comic book sequel is. The Power of the Dark Crystal, they called it. And supposedly it was based off Odell's script, and Odell was the one who did Power of the Dark Crystal. Did the Dark Crystal film. And he also says he had notes with Jim Henson that they had together while they were making the first film. So how true all that is, who knows? But I don't have any reason to doubt him. But apparently his original scripts are better than what happened in the comic, because they took the comic book group, Boom Arcadia Studios, took that script and kind of adapted it on their own. And the writer, I feel, there's so many parts of it, it just doesn't feel Dark Crystal-y. That was the same problem, because now there's two prequels, actually. There's Power of the Dark Crystal, and there is Beneath the Dark Crystal. And it's not rehashy, thankfully, but the Gelflings in there and the characters it doesn't feel Dark Crystal-y. And the artwork, it starts off okay, but it quickly just gets bad, like horrendous. Like, why am I paying? I read a lot of comic books. Dark Crystal isn't the only comic. I have like 4 or 5 boxes around here of just the big. I don't know, it's not a ton compared to some folks, but I do like me some good stories, some good art. And when you're paying as much as also the writers don't put that much into the comic. There's some stuff, especially by the recent Thor series. One comic feels like you just watched a 30, 45, sometimes hour-long episode of a TV show. They pack so much story into these comics. It's great. And all the Dark Crystal sequel comics, it takes like 3-4 issues to where you feel like, okay, that could have been a 30-minute TV show. Like 6 of those issues feel like what one episode of Age of Resistance did. They've really been a letdown. Now, what has been really good is the Dark Crystal Age of Resistance comics. Now, these have really redeemed this, the Dark Crystal comics for me. These have been just as good, I'll say, as the Creation Myths comics. The Creation Myths comics were great because this is really, we got so much lore, so deep into the Dark Crystal. You know, this was like 2012 or 14 maybe. It really revitalized the Dark Crystal. That's really what really sucked me back in as a fan, and I forgot how much I loved it until that point. But the new Dark Crystal Age of Resistance comics are great. My favorite Dark Crystal books are all the behind-the-scenes books. World of the Dark Crystal, the Inside the Epic Return of Thorax. I love seeing the magic and the wizardry of how they made it all. As far as stories, I have to go with the J.M. Lee's series. He's a 4-part series. Shadows of the Dark Crystal, Song of the Dark Crystal, Tides of the Dark Crystal, and Flames of the Dark Crystal. Those are so good. They were really my first journey into the Age of Resistance era, the prequel stuff, and it's so good. I know most people have now probably entered that era with the Netflix show, but for me it was with that series. So that always holds a real special place to me. I love the writing, I love the characters. It's really great. Best comic, if you're asking the comic question though, I have to give best comic to the Creation Myths series, especially volumes 1 and 2. 3 was okay-ish. 1 and 2 are really good though. But anyways, good questions. Keep them coming. I love to talk all things the Dark Crystal. Let's get back to our game here. All right, Agra. The Skeksis threaten all of Thra. I have glimpsed into the future. Many endings lie before us. Some good, most bad. But in this darkness, there is a glimmer of hope. There are those who would resist. It uses the word resist a lot because it's Age of Resistance, not rebellion. That's Star Wars territory there. Brea says, that's right. Oh yeah, Brea time. I love Brea. And I would know this. You can't spell Bay without Brea. One thing that's really magical about the new series is Brea. She's a Gelfling that she was the most believable to me. I mean, her emotions, the way she moved. I don't know if it's the way that her puppet was sculpted or whatnot, but what I learned from the behind the scenes stuff was that she was one of the few main characters that didn't have an assistant. Like the girl did the arm rods and the facial. Usually there'd be, they might do one arm and then someone else would do the facials, as far as the little remote control and whatnot. But the girl who did that, her name escapes me right now. She's actually doing a talk on Saturday at the Museum of Moving Images in New York with some of the other puppeteers and writers. Well, writer Javier and other puppeteers. Actually, it's a podcast I've heard, like the Dark Crystal podcast. When they've interviewed other puppeteers, they said, yeah, she was incredible, like, because she could do stuff that no one else really could. Like, she did all the controls, and I don't know if it was just that connection that just made that puppet even more believable, come more lifelike. So, anyways, I missed some channeling and finish some of these. I also want more series. I can do more in a series. Yeah, I've come to like series more. With movies, there's so much pressure. You're spending a lot more money. And because of that, I think you feel safe. You want to go really safe, or the studios do at least, which makes sense. I mean, this is their money that they're investing into this. But because of that, I mean, it gets so safe. With a comic, it's one of the cheapest ways to get out a story. So you get some of the craziest, far out there stuff, and every now and then it's hit and miss. The stuff that misses, you didn't really lose money on it, and it might just, okay, it was a 4-issue arc, no big deal. Stuff that really hits you can keep it going, and it can go on for years. A lot of that's based on how people are buying it and the reactions. And sometimes you get some of the grandest stories in comics, at least that I've read, outside of like reading novels and books and whatnot. But even with that, with books, it's a little more investment, and you can't be as far out there crazy unless you already have a good name and you're known to be a good writer. Yeah. Star Wars Episode 4 was so awesome because it was so new. Yeah, that's why it really took the nation by storm. And it just followed a, mythology that people knew and understood and people could relate to. And it went back to those simple things. That's one thing I loved about The Last Jedi, is that it went back to some of that mythology. I don't think it got everything perfect and right. I'm not going to say that. But 7 and 9 just did not have that at all for me. They were just rehashing and really playing to the nostalgia factor, which J.J. Abrams does all the time. If you've seen his new Star Trek stuff, You know, it's like Khan. It's like the characters don't know who Khan is. Only the audience, like, it breaks fourth wall, and it's like, that was just for nostalgia factor, and he relies too much on that. Anyways, it's Brea time, so let's get to Brea. She's my favorite. Alright, Brea. That's right. And I think I've discovered the secret to end Skeksis' rule. And I've met some new friends that can help us on our journey. Ooh, have you? Hope they're OP here. And Just Gurgen says, hey, what about me? I've got a part in this too. Oh, right now, if you haven't seen the first part, they're all dream fasting. They're all in that dream space where Agra's, you know, Dara, Teya, Horu, Gara, where she's doing that. They're all in that dream space and sharing their memories, and that's kind of what you're playing through right now. That's why when you play a level, it'll say Dreamfast memory and whatnot. So it's funny, they're bouncing around locations. You're like, how are they doing that? They're dream fasting. Or they're in Agra's dream space, I should say, which is cool. That's another great thing you got from that. Cypher Boy, I actually don't think that the soundtrack has anything from the movie. They did release the entire, well, they said that they, like, here's the entire soundtrack. You could hear it. It's only 40 minutes long. It has some Skeksis sounding music, some Gelfling heroic type music, and has some Podling type music. And there's really nothing familiar with the Age of Resistance. I wish they would have had that. The Podling songs, I think, sound, I mean, it's easy to make a Podling song sound Podling. Just, you know, get some strings and whistles, and it's all good. But they, I think it was a missed opportunity to use some of the music from the film. Or, I'm sorry, from the Age of Resistance series. It just seems like several films, really, that we got from that, 'cause it's so incredibly done. But, yeah, I don't know, maybe it costs too much to do stuff like that. Who knows? Anyways, one thing, I mentioned this in my other videos, but look here. Why does Agra have two eyes open? And I'm not talking about her third eye either. That's because of the dream space, so that's perfectly fine. But here, one of these eyes should be shut. I mean, this happened or during the first conjunction, actually. Yeah, the main series itself had just little hints of the Trevor Jones soundtrack, and I actually think that was a decision I liked, because again, it was fresh and new and wasn't relying on just pure nostalgia factor. And actually, I just got the record. You can see it up there, right there. I just got the record of the Dark Crystal soundtrack, volumes 1 and 2, and Louis Leterrier talks about how he wanted something new. He wanted, you know, because when you get to the film, it's really the end of this grand adventure that's been happening to Thra for, you know, 3,000, 4,000 trine, and it's gothic, symphonic, big music, and it still has some otherworldliness to it, but it's a big grand ending finale, you know, which is why I don't kind of want to see sequel stuff. Yeah, I mean, you got 4,000 years to play with prequel stuff. Like, let's keep going into that. I think the show did a great job. But he specifically talks about, he's like, no, I want this is a time when there's lots of Gelfling around. Let's hear what their music would have sounded like. Let's hear some new stuff, but, you know, let's make it sound really organic. So I'm actually, I know some guys that really don't like the Age of Resistance soundtrack. I, for one, actually really loved it. It fit within Thra, but it wasn't just the same as the original soundtrack. That's really hard to do. Of course, that's my opinion. So, you know, subjective. All right, here we go. Agra. For now, 3 paths lie ahead. 3 stories that must become one. Go now, gather the resistance, bring the many into one, and challenge Skeksis' rule. I can't do Agra's voice. I always think, oh, Yoda. But I'm gonna try. Okay, so Lyodon, who escaped with Rion here from the castle, is Sifin. Clan ability. Oh, so clans have different abilities. I did hear about that. Gelflings of the Sifa clan gain attack up and magic up while under 50% HP. Oh, so maybe I should not have healed myself that time. I didn't read that earlier. Aladon is a Sifin scholar who served at the Crystal Castle. She is wise beyond her years and avoids making snap decisions. Very wise indeed. Instead, preferring to hear all sides of a story before making judgments. Well, we need more people like that in the world. She's obviously not on Twitter. Alright, she's a level 3, so I can't really change anything. I do have a new ability. Up. Magic for 3 moves. Carapace is great. Soothe is good. I don't know if I still need to fly. What's Dreamfast? Target an ascendant ally to restore Magic points to both self and the ally? Okay, I'm definitely getting that. Everything else is locked, so no use looking at that. I have no secondary abilities. I don't believe I have any new items she can use. I don't really have much. Okay, everyone's blinking. Hunter's Shiv, plus 15 attack, and my recovery is negative 12. Recovery is your time of when you show up in that little time map up in the top. So that's really like your speed. That's the way other tactic games name it. When I see recovery, I think of like how good healing does to you or things like that. So I was confused the first time I saw that. So that is good to have a negative number on that. I might give that though to Rion. Of course, Rion is our most OP dude here, so let's. And yeah, I don't have any new clothes. I'm not a. Most tactics games, you can see everything. Like this is a lot of real estate they use to show just this. Like you could cut this in half and show me what I have available, show me what I have here. Also, I'm not liking how you can't. Okay, so he can't even use that Shiv. But when you switch stuff, or like if you hovered over it, usually in other games it'll show you like, oh, your attack's going to go down by 3, or this is going to go up by 10, things like that. This doesn't show you that, so so far I'm liking the game. The menu's not my favorite. I'm not loving the menu. I have a new ability, Aim Strike. This is a soldier ability. Attack a marked enemy with a plus 20% critical chance. That one guy has Mark. Well, I have 2 guys that have Mark now. Kylan has Mark. That's not bad. Inflict stun. Yeah, I mean, there's look at all this real estate you could use. A lot of, like, I have to keep going back and forth between menus and up and scrolling up and down. Like, these should be just little boxes I can hover over and see all these stats, or you can make these a quarter the size and get all this info. Meh. We'll see if they do an update, but it's all good. I still want Shove. Sharpened Blade would have come in handy last time. I like the knockback. Oh, if they were stunned before I shoved, it does that. Man, that makes them really hurt. Attack down. Okay. I'm gonna try these moves here. Although I should have a stun. I also just want to do damage. There were some moves where I couldn't really do much. I like the knockback. You know what? I'm gonna keep this. Let's go to Naya. I love Naya. I don't like the bottom half of her. She looks really weird. And the cape. That's interesting. It's interesting. I really like how she looks in the 4th book. Let's see. Uru and Skeksis. You know, back in the day, it would have been. Well, I think nowadays I have to go with the Heretic and the Wanderer. They crack. I lost it when that 7th episode came out. That was incredible. They were definitely my favorite. Okay, attack a marked enemy. She has that as well. She has a stun. She has stun, so she'll pair well with Rion. I'm not going to pick fly on her purposely because Drenching Gelflings should not be able to fly. That's the Drenching ability. Gelflings of the Drenching clans are immune to poison. Okay, we learned that. They grew up in the swamps of Sog. Kylan is a Sprighton. I think I said he was Stone in the Wood earlier. Yeah, he's Sprighton. He's of the Sprighton clan. Gelflings of the Sprighton clan gain extra magic and magic defense when they level up. That's nice. What abilities, new abilities does he have? Focus, grant critical chances for 3 turns? Man, okay. We're going to use that. We're keeping Mark because that paired with someone else. The bow is nice. The bow is too good. I'm keeping that. He doesn't have much mana though, so I feel like I should still keep Stone Throw. Everything else is locked, so let's just go with that for now. We could give him the Hunter's Shiv, which is more attack and faster recovery, so that's even better. I still need armor for him. Does Naya have armor? She does. Can she use a different? No weapon. She has a really bad weapon as well. This makes him go faster. He's kind of tanky as well. Where's this guy from anyways? This guy is Vapra. Vapra is a well-equipped Gelfling of the Vapra clan, getting 10% bonus stats from equipment. Oh. So he gets 10% from those. Oh, he could go a lot quicker if he uses the dagger. Accuracy and critical chance. Going more is always better. Let's try the dagger out. He looks really cool with with daggers, by the way, as well. I think he's a scout. Is he a scout? What is he? Yeah, he's a scout. Alright, still no one is level 5 yet. So let's go quickly to the store, see if there's anything. 150. Banjo, nice. A serving fork. These are things I'm going to get for a Podling type character, obviously. Man, everything is way too much money. Grants ranged magic attack. Princess Hue. I can afford this. A teaspoon. Tattered cape. Plus magic defense. Plus divine defense. Plus hit points. I might get a simple hide. Let's see, defense. Does this show who can use this? Type all? Does that mean all people can use that? Or just those two? Change shirt and change shirt. And I really don't like this mini system. It's not. Okay, so all these people can use this. So let's get this for Kylan, so he has something. Purchase padded tunic and equip to Kylan? Yes. Do not have enough pearls to buy the padded tunic. Oh, it's 200. Oh. Oh, blast. You're right. Let's go back down to the cheapy stuff. Let's give him a simple hide, just a little something extra. See, I clicked that and I clicked buy last time because it wasn't intuitive that I did that and I wanted to buy 2 items. But it worked out fine because they needed a... What is this for? See, everything says all, but that is an instrument and no one can use that. So I'm not really sure what those things mean. Interesting. Wood chopper. Can I get a better weapon for Naya? Oh, everything's 80 or up, so. Alright. Moving on. Let's go to the Library of Harar. Yeah, Skekmal is sick. He's a sick Gelfling. I really love how they introduce him in the books too. It's a really slow bird. You just kind of hear legends and songs about him, and it seems more like it's, you know, dark fairy tales to scare children to stay inside at night. Is how it's presented. It's great. All right, Dreamfast memory, tomes and tithing. Library of Harar. Princess Brea ignores her sister's advice as she searches the Library of Harar to learn about the Skeksis tithing ceremony. Required are Brea and Boggy. Boggy is a name I have not heard before. So let's see what happens. What do we got here? No, you can't see the details. Looks like there's 2 mages, or menders as they call them here, and 2 soldiers. This is what it looks like. Oh, I think Boggy's a fizz gig. That one has an axe. Oh, I think that's Tavra. Or her full name, as we learned from the books, is Katavra. Hello there. General Kenobi. I mean, Alexander 175. Alright, who are we going to have here in her Dreamfast memory? Well, I feel like we're going to always use Rion, so we should definitely have him. I want my Mender to be up. Oh, you know what? She's a Mender, though. Brea looks like a Mender. Oh, yeah. What are the details on her? She can attack, she can cleanse, remove all status. She can fly, she can dream fast. She cannot heal. So I don't have a healer. Do I think I can beat these guys without a healer? Oh, wait. I think this Fizzgig is a healer. Fizzgigs are healers, I think. Attack, on guard, grant barrier to self for 5 turns, fresh air, restore MP. Oh, that's great. Share spirit, heal an ally. Shake him off. Shake him off. Deal damage and knock. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry I did that. I'm so sorry. Deal damage and knock all adjacent targets back 2 squares. Only usable with barrier. Barriers. What is barrier? Oh, grant barrier. Oh, when you do on guard. Okay, that makes sense. Oh, that's cool. Boggy. That would be a short O because it's a double consonant there. Okay, in that case, we're not going to go with the healer. We're going to go with... Oh, I love Naya. See, I'm not thinking tactically. I'm thinking of my favorite characters. Naya. Are we going to use Naya? No, you know what? We're going to use Kylan because he has some of those mark abilities which will combo well with some of the other stuff I had set. We're going to use Kylan. Alright, let's start the game. Brea. Tavra, come look at this. It's a book about Mother Agra. I have news for you. I've convinced Mother to let you attend the tithing ceremony. Brilliant! Will I get to talk to the Skeksis? I have so many questions. I love Brea. She's my favorite. The lords don't like questions. Now hurry along. You don't want to be late. Now Tavern used to be one of my favorites in the books. The Skeksis don't like questions. I don't have to find them out myself. Ha! Love her inquisitive mind. She's the book nerd of the group, which is why she's the most OP. The librarian says, Princess, what are you doing? I'm trying to learn about the tithing ceremony. Why must we give things to the Skeksis at all? And with that, she goes first. This mission is to collect the tomes. 5 of them. I have 0, 5, and Brea must survive. So we will sacrifice all other gelflings for her. This case. Wow, there are a lot of... Okay, those are just the tomes. They have hit markers, though. Alright, here's a library of Harar. Looks a little more squarish. There should be 5,000 plus more books. Although you can see some of the scrolls down in there. Alright, Brea. What do we got for you? Oh, she could fly, so she could easily reach some of these. And she's Dreamfast. Target an adjacent ally to restore MP. So we don't need to do that. So let's move, then fly. There's a book right here. Does she have to grab it? I don't think so. It's also hard to tell where that book is. That book is actually on that square. Well, you know what we can do? Go here and maybe fly up here? I don't know if you could reach that high. Let's see. These other guys will just distract everybody. Ah, let's... Oh, you can't move there? Why can't I move there? Maybe you have to... How do you collect them? Attack to restore MP and gain magic up status for 3 turns. Okay, you have to attack it. In that case, I'm going to have her start flying so I can have someone else do that. Let's just move this away. And fly! Fly, you fool! Alright, the librarian. Rion's turn. Rion is going to get this first book. I assume it doesn't matter who gets it. Success! My magic points are up. This book has nothing. What is that librarian up to? Running around. Oh, I guess the only way to go down is that staircase. Oh, yeah, there's not really anywhere else for him to go. Oh, there we go. It's like, how do I look around the map here? Yeah, he can only go down that way. Oh yeah, so the fly ability is really great. Oh yeah, walking up this would be quite the pain. Quite the pain. Alright, Kylan. Critical chance up for 3 turns. Man, that is great. Alright, these guys are going to start coming. Let's move here to get... Actually, he can start going up. So all we really have to do is get the tomes. And I haven't seen that attacking... So in other games, getting points for your abilities and jobs greatly depended on if you could do some successful moves or hits or attacks or things like that. Man, getting 3 turns would be crazy good. Let's do that. Reckless blow. Do Gartham drink water? Cool Girl is asking the rural questions here. They're empty shells. They're husk. They're not really living things. They're kind of being powered by the darkening, the dark crystal. I would assume no. Grant barrier to self for 5 turns. Let's grant... I think he'll be okay. Let's grant barrier. Actually, let's move first. What's his HP at? I think he'll be fine. Because I want to grant barrier, move him here, and then push these guys. I want to see if this works. I could be doing a bad strategy, but it's my first time using a Fizz gig. I don't think they drink water. At least I've never seen them, nor eat. But boy, do they look creepy, right? Alright, let's attack this and get this. One thing I don't like about this is in most tactic games you can move and then do an action. In this one, as soon as you do an action, your turn's done. You can't move anymore. I don't know if I can't tell yet if it makes you move up faster in the timeline. Urgh, I can't find anything in here, Prayer says. Okay, cool girl, let's not talk about that. Librarian, this is highly irregular. Sorry. And it is Rion's turn. Let's see, where are the other tomes? They're all up. Rion could help her out, or he could just start running this way. Let's... Can't pass through them. That isn't very helpful. We will... Oh, he doesn't have stun either. Well, we'll attack him. My magic's up anyways. May as well get this going. Kylan is going to run. Run away! And while he's here, he is going to mark. Let's see, focus. Chance for up to 3 turns. Oh. Let's see if the boa. Can I use the boa on that guy? Yes. And I have a chance for Boa at 3 turns. What Dark Crystal lore interests me the most? That's definitely going to be the Urskeks. We know the least about the Urskeks. I'd love to see their planet. I'd love to see where they came from. I'd love to know exactly what they were cast out for. There's a couple different things that's already described about their impurities and whatnot. But I would just love to learn more info about that. Deal damage and knock all adjacent targets back 2 squares. I do have barrier. What? Why can't I do that on him? That's a bummer. In that case, he's going to go over here. No one to attack. Well, that is a super bummer. He's going to end his turn. Yep. He'll move up a little quicker in the timeline. Yes, it's his turn already in 2 more turns, so. Yeah, definitely the Urskeks is the lore that interests me the most. Again, it's the one we know the least about. And they have a lot of stuff on Thrall, story-wise, that we get is due to them. And we don't get to see very much of them. Man, once I send him up here, he's going to be... Well, he can attack pretty far. I'm too far to use any of these things now. Wait, can he attack? Oh, only targeted with basic attacks. Yeah, that would be OP, I guess. Huh. What about... Can I mark anybody? Mark this dude over here. What about y'all? What's some of y'all's favorite Dark Crystal lore? I mean, there's really a lot to Thrall and so much we don't know. I really want to use that attack, but it's just not working for me. Let's see how his heal goes. 48. Cool, she's at full health again. And it's Bria's turn. So she could fly. I should send her here and just over there. It'd probably be the easiest. How far can I go with flying? Not that far. If I go this way and fly. Oh, he could go over there. It's so OP. Let's just go this way. That guy's a Mender. Doesn't seem like he can do much. Yeah, the sketches and mystics are a fascinating part of the Dark Crystal. I mean, you can understand why in the sequel comics they would want to rehash some of that stuff because they're so interesting. What does this guy have? This guy has move down. He can't move as much. I don't want to spend my whole time just fighting that guy. This guy's marked. Oh, and he's low. Let's attack. Oh, I can't attack him. Oh, well, we'll take this guy then. 30. Oh, I don't have very much magic points left. I'm just going to basic attack for now. Two damage. Wow. Librarian says, "Your mother will hear about this." He needs a cool librarian hat. Kylan, show us that you can do more than just make broth. What about this book? No good. It has to be here somewhere. Stop this running around at once, Librarian says. Now my Fizzgig should be able to push. It is his turn as well. Come on, Boggy. Show him what's up. I still have that. Oh, maybe that's what I did wrong last time. No, 1 damage. That was a very showy attack for not much damage. This guy has 100. Don't see any benefit in attacking him. Let's move here and fly. This fly is so OP. And also that these books give you magic power, so you keep having fly. It's great. Alright, Rion is stuck. Wait, did that guy heal himself? I thought I attacked this guy. Why is he at full health? Maybe he healed himself and I didn't see him. That's cool. That's totally cool. Let's just finish this guy off. Alright, Brave Kylan. Let's see. 10% bonus for having the high ground. He has the high ground. I think our best chance of defeating someone is going to be this homeboy here. Ooh, 40. What was the sequel comics about? The sequel comics take place 100 Shrine after the Dark Crystal. Jen and Kira they sleep for a long time. They're still around. Thrall's repopulated. They don't mention how or anything like that. And let's see here. And shake this guy off. Shake him off. Shake him off. And through their sleep, they've been rather. They've let Thrall kind of denigrate into. I mean, basically, the Gelflings are starting to act like the Skeksis. They're taking advantage of people. They're doing the tithing ceremonies again. They're kind of worshipping type-ish the crystal, not directly, but more like they have to offer offerings to it, and they have all these ceremonies. It's very much like what we see actually, I'm just gonna entangle again. Very much like what we see in the prequel series. What happens in just the first comics, this is just kind of the very basic intro about it, is that there's another race under Thaw. Now this part is really interesting. There's another race that happens that is around underneath Thaw, and they are called the Firelings. They are descended from Gelflings. That's a different story that they get to in like the 6th comic or something. We can finish off both. We'll get the high ground here and finish this guy. And the Fireling's world, we find out, is dying, and to save her world, she needs a piece of the crystal. The crystal of truth, that is. What we know in the movie is the Dark Crystal. And we know what happens when you shatter the crystal. Not good things. That's kind of what started the whole fiasco in the first place. And so she winds up doing that, and chaos ensues. And because the crystal is connected to so many things, it causes the Skeksis to come back, which is just like, what? Like, you totally undid what the original movie did. That was one of the main reasons I didn't like it. The comic itself, I didn't mind the dialogue and the writing. I can't say that any of it felt un-Gelfling-ish, but I also did really like the artwork. I was a really big fan of the artwork. I really love the artwork. I love the covers. I love some of the concepts, but the main one of just bringing back, just rehashing, you know? I mean, it was like in the new Star Wars. It's like, bring back the Emperor. Why? I don't know. Because he's the cool bad guy that we all know. It was like that. And I was just like, oh, why did you do that? And then after that, it becomes really rehashy, and they have to just heal the crystal. I mean, it's a lot of the same as the moving to a similar ground so I can get a better attack on him. I could still use this. Is that better than my regular attack? It is better than my regular attack. And I got no reason to be safe. What can't I do it again? Oh, is my on guard gone? Alright, we're just gonna regular attack this guy then. That's one reason I didn't like it, but that's the basic synopsis of it. The crystal gets cracked. A single hero from underneath Thra, which is called Mithra, needs to heal the crystal, and that's really it. I mean, very much the same basic plot as the Dark Crystal. Alright, we are almost done with this level. This level was rather easy, I would say. I already have lost a level, and in any good tactic games, you should be losing levels. Oh, oops. Oops, I did not see that book there. My bad. Well, I can still move and attack, so that's fine. Is there any benefit to Kylan moving? No, he's just gonna... Can I mark? Let's just this turn. Finish up this level. I mean, there's like 50 plus levels, so let's keep it going. Oh, this guy's still here? Man, peace out. Death by Fizzgig. What a way to go. Death by Fizzgig. And, you know, Kylan, go make some broth. I really hope he has an ability about making broth, like it gives some health or gives some, I mean, missed opportunity if they don't have that. Might as well use our abilities. That guy's not marked anymore. It's just... Wow, 72 damage. Good job, Rion. And let's end this. Last book we need. Here we are. Let's see what she says. If it isn't here, then it must be over there. ... Tavern says, Rhea, what have you done? I assume the Ariel is going to show up. I just wanted to know more about the Skeksis. And, well, things got out of hand. Oh, Brea, Mother will send you to the Order of Lesser Service for sure this time. Oh, I hope there's a scene where I can just scrub and bubble bath some podlings. Or if I could be the podling and make little dirt angels, that'd be great. Why did only those two get XP? Oh, maybe because those other people are not in my party yet? That's probably why. That makes sense. Sorry, my mic is covering up part of my screen because I had to switch this get it to work. And so every now and then you'll see me going like this because I'm looking at what those buttons are at the bottom. Like these buttons right here. Like, what are you guys? Augur says, we may have won a few battles, but winning a battle does not win the war. Encounter missions will appear in the world from time to time. Complete these missions to earn extra XP, pearls, and equipment when battles in other regions prove too challenging. I wonder why they picked pearls to be the currency, like the gold, in this game. Because I haven't really ever heard him talk about pearls in the Dark Crystal. But again, I haven't really heard him talk about any kind of currency I know of. That's interesting. Oh, Augur's eye's really bothering me. Close that eye. Let me just superimpose that somehow. Alright, let's... if I could, I'd make it there instead of the Skeksis coming back. What if yeah, you know, DJ up here, you mentioned a new bad guy. Instead of the Skeksis coming back, bring on something new. There's plenty of threats to Thra. It's a big planet. There can be something crazy. As far as we know, there's other planets connected to Thra through the crystal. Make it bring forth something else. Maybe make it bring back like Darkheart, like a darkened Skeksi or Urskek or something like that. That'd be really interesting. And he might be grappling still with what they did to Thra for those thousands and thousands of trying. Really missed opportunity. I did like that the sequel to the sequel, which is called Beneath the Dark Crystal, does have a different antagonist. You know, the antagonist isn't really intriguing, and there's many things I didn't like about that comic. And I really do try to stay positive about these things. I do love getting more Dark Crystal, so I do try to give the benefit of the doubt, be gracious. But oh man, those things, it was hard to do. Okay, so there's a couple different things I can do. I guess purple are main missions. Dreamfast And that's... Oh, D and Huh. We want Huh. What else we got here? Brea and Boggy. Boggy. Bogey. I think Boggy. Boggy. It has it. Bog. Boggy. Because it's double consonant, I'm going to go with Boggy. Brea has been punished by the Almadra. Oh, she must help bathe the village of Podlings. Yes, that is exactly what I wanted. That's awesome. But what are these side missions here? The Gobbles and the Podling Tavern. These look like side things. Fight a challenge to test your mettle. Party of 3. Okay, so we can just level up 3 guys. Party of 4. Oh, so just to do it again? Oh. I'm not going to do that because I don't want to be grindy on the stream. That's no fun. Let's go with bathing Podling. Or what's this here? Castle of the Crystal. While Rian is on the run, Gurjin was left behind to endure the Skeksis' torture. The heroes return to the Crystal Castle to rescue him. Oh, that's so cool. Now, if you remember in the Age of Resistance, after Naya and Kylan and Rian and Ordon Dreamfast, and Taver's there as well, and then Ordon comes before the hunter shows up in that scene. She talks about, like, I'm gonna go get my brother and whatnot, and they kind of part ways. And then, like, 2 episodes later, you see Gurjin go, hello there. He kind of is upside down when that Armalite carries that Skeksis mobile. And you're like, how did he get out? Well, that's all explained and described in Shadows of the Dark Crystal, actually, which is really cool. I actually want to get my fiance to do a read through. It's kind of like 2 chapters, though. I could get her to read, like, 1 chapter of how they escape out of the castle. It's really cool. I really hope that they do that. All right. Yeah, I was also sad when I had to stop making videos for a while. And every now and then, there's going to be months where I can't do that. Kind of like this month, or January. I think I made the news video for December news, and then coming up with February, I made the January. I didn't have any videos in between. That may happen. It all just depends. Life is something. But I am glad to be back, and thanks for your support since several years. Truly appreciate it, because I just love to nerd out and talk about these things. I need an outlet, obviously. Got a lot to say about it. Ooh, do we want to save Gurjin? Or, okay, we're going with the Podlings, because that's adorable. Wait, what's here? Charting Wood. Deet encounters some not-so-friendly Aratham, and is rescued by a brave warrior. Oh, it's Hup. Oh, that's so cute. Okay, but we're going to continue on with our Brea. She's my bae, so... Can't spell Brea without bae. That joke's gonna get really old, but I'm going with it. Oh. I'll check that message later. Here we go. Party members. Okay, this is a weird playing field. So... Who is this here? This is, the service leader. He's a mender. And we have Brea. But we don't have Brea yet. I guess you gotta go through these to get her. Boggy is still here. Boggy must be her face gig. That's really cute. Huh, all these Podlings. They do not want a bath, so they're gonna fight me with spoons. They all use spoons. Okay. No, you're not asking too many questions. I'm here to talk about Dark Crystal. No matter how many viewers we got, I'm playing the game anyway, so I figured might as well live stream it and talk about things. All right. Again, we're gonna keep with the. I feel like these guys, we just gotta kind of hit them. Why can I not click that? Oh, you click the spot first and then go. We're gonna up. Let's see. Man, my Kylan's, he's quick. Let's keep going with him. And start game. The deterge is upon us. Cleanse your mistakes by bathing Podlings. That was a hilarious episode. The service leader says, well, the service leader's all steampunk looking. Look at that. Look at that eye. Capture every Podling. Don't let them get away. Next turn is the dirty Podling. Wow, there are a lot of Podlings. Look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright. Mender. how much damage did that guy even do? Was that even... No, 7 damage. Okay, I'm not too worried about these guys' attacks. Let's... Soothe, study, grant magic up to an ally for 3 turns. Now, I don't know if magic up gives them more MP or makes it more potent. Let's find out. So if we give it to him, that doesn't really have much magic. And all of these are healing type things. You know what? Let's... Does she have fly? Oh, she does not have fly. Yeah, in that case we will just buff him. Carapace. Why was Jen naked in the first movie? It was to symbolic way to show the innocence, a quick way to show that, you know, they're simple, innocent looking creatures. And actually, if you see an old school cutscene, it's like in black and white, super early cut, it shows that Jen was swimming. And back in the day, you're the only gelfling around. You don't care. You throw off all your clothes, you go swimming. Because in that scene, he comes up out of the water. He's like, it actually makes him seem really lifelike. I really wish they would have left those like 2 or 3 seconds in. And then you see him, you know, just chilling and very peaceful, very serene, playing some music, chilling naked. You know, that's just how he rolls. How much health do these guys have? Oh, they do have a lot of health. So maybe we should up our blade. Yeah, let's do that. Sharpen blade. We'll kind of buff our guys before we start going ham on all these podlings. There are a lot of them. Okay, by sheer numbers, they may get the best of me because I'm just so chill. Grant critical chance. Mark. Entangling boa. I don't think we're gonna need any of that. Let's just move and attack. This way too. I think I keep saying DJ. I think I said DJ Appear once. DJ Zapper. Jen, if you see other behind the scenes shots of his puppet, he, like, when they planned on him being naked, like, they had full on, like, had body parts on those areas as well. Kind of funny. And it does seem, based on his puppet, that Gelfling would reproduce very similarly to humans. Alright, we got Cleanse, Convalesce. Heal and grant MP to targets in an area. Fire Moss, deal damage to an enemy. It's a single enemy. Alright, let's move. Wow, he has a low move. Can I fire that guy from here? Cannot. Can I do it from here? Cannot, so yeah, I'll have Carapace. We're just gonna end his turn so we can get that movement faster. Curly his turns here. It doesn't seem to benefit that much. I wish you could see a little more details on their movement. Alright, Brea is up. Oh man, these Podlings are going to start being a pain. Alright, let's keep her a little more protected, but we will start attacking a little more. What I think is the creepiest thing in Dark Crystal lore. The creepiest. The Peeper Beetle was rather creepy. I mean, probably just the basic, one of the most famous parts of it, the draining. I mean, that's some crazy, weird, twisted stuff. Very dark for children's cartoon. I don't really see anything else on this map or any environment you can move around. Okay. We have Kylan again. What does he have? He was marked. Evasion reduced by 20%. Bummer. Let's keep away from these guys because they are mad at me. Let's just try to focus on one at a time. Oh, cool, we got one. What's up? Yeah, you know, let's get him in the action. He is our tank here. I don't want to get too far. I really need to start marking enemies so I could use that aimed strike. He doesn't have much MP. Of course, I have two guys that can up that. I start needing that. Man, don't be attacking my healer, especially my Fizz gig. Hubberman Project, what's up? I enjoy seeing all your posts on Instagram and Facebook. Hello there. What do the Podlings make you think of? Potatoes, of course. That is what they're inspired after. A Podling is a Podling. They are unique. They are a unique, beautiful butterfly. But a potato. I don't think I can... Oh, I think I can attack him from here. I have the high ground. It's over, Anakin. Does anyone need healing? Nah, he's fine. She's fine. He's fine. Where's my Kylan? I know he's out of my range, but where... Oh, that's Rion. Oh, he's fine. Oh, that was Kylan. Alright, let's just give him a... Actually, we want to start pushing. There's no Gobbles. I don't see any benefits of pushing here. Let's just attack. This looks like a more brute force type map. Nothing too difficult. I have not seen the Wicker Man, so I'm not familiar with that bees part. Have I seen it? No, yeah, I don't think I've seen it. I was asked earlier what my favorite sketches was. Yeah, the Hunter and the Wanderer. I mean, they blew me away in the new series. They really blew me away. Outside of that, it was probably the Chamberlain in the original film. Just so good, so good. Let's see. Who am I right now? I'm the service leader. This hill's in a range. Oh, oops. I was gonna test that first. I just healed a Podling. Oh well, live and learn. Alright, it is Kylan's turn. We're going to start marking so we can get some of the benefit out of here. This guy's close. Let's mark that guy. I think my other characters can take care of that Podling on the tree stump there. 1 damage, no big deal. They are really cute. Ooh, mud ball, 5 damage. Actually, yeah, we'll just attack her. Doesn't seem like there's too much strategy to this. This one, some of the other levels have had that. Not this one. Did I do that on guard? You know what? I need to get this guy in the action and do shake it off. Is what I need to do, because it's pretty cool. Oh, look at that. If I was in that spot, I could have got 2 of them. That would have been great. So let's start gathering folks over here. I'll kind of just move around here to tank some stuff. Hopefully these guys will start hitting me with their little spoons there. Now this enemy is marked, so we are going to use aim strike. 20% plus chance for a crit. Wow, we did a critical 134 damage. Did that thing just blind me? That mud ball just blinded me. Brutal. Kylan. What can we move you? If you move here, can you finish off this guy? I think you can. And we had the high ground. Alright. Service leader. This time, can we heal without healing everyone else? I mean, they don't really need healing. Let's move in for the attack. These guys are low. Fire moss. Alright, he's super low. More are coming, so let's keep going. Alright, our Fizz gig is going to move. Oh, he can't move in too much to the action. I really want him to move more. In that case, I need the ability that shares. Oh yeah, I don't want to heal. Where's the one? Restore MP. Oh, he has to be a lot closer to me, so let's get behind Rian. Rian does not have a lot of MP. But his attacks with MP are OP, so we are going to give him some fresh air. Yes, gather you podlings. No, I want you to be closer. I could have attacked both y'all. Brea. What is wrong with Brea currently? She's blind, so her accuracy is reduced by 50%, but her physical damage is taken reduced. All right, look at the chat real quick. What do you think the podling? Let's see the people. Do you think animation is a median or a genre? It's a median, I think, because you could do. There's so much variety in animation you could do. I mean, anime style stuff, comics. I mean, there's a lot. So I guess it depends exactly what you mean. Which Gelfling clans do you like? I don't not like any of them. Some of my favorite are the Drenchen and I like the Seafin because they're kind of just wanderers. They accept anyone to their clan. You don't have to start as a Seafin to be a Seafin. You kind of just go out and do your thing. Hold on. Was she able to move to actually attack anyone? I don't think so. Oops. Wrong person. Oh yeah, she can attack this guy. Let's go here. But I feel like I should. Well, that only heals me. That doesn't actually take care of my blindness. Only to 10 damage. I assume that has to do with the stat I have currently on me. Let's start working on these guys here. I don't want this guy to keep moving. He's too far though. If you adopt a Fizz gig, what would you name him or her? Someone accidentally called a Fizz gig a Fizz pig. They're like, what is a Fizz pig? Like they misheard it. I thought that was a really cute name. Fizz pig is cute, and that works for boy or girl. What does Hup make me think of? Hup makes me think of a true hero, a true paladin, a being with a pure heart. It's totally what Hup makes me think of. Hubberman, what is Onward? I'm not familiar with Onward. Oh wait, is that the new Pixar? Is that the new Pixar one? Let's see, Rion is still here. What's this guy's health at? Oh, 2. We're not even gonna waste our time with him. We're gonna move on and get this guy that keeps running away from us. Now that I know I can get some of my magic points back and be a little more liberal with it than I was earlier. THWACK. THWACK. That attack was called THWACK. That is such a comic book type name. Alright, let's finish off this guy before he runs away, because that would be lame running away with 2. Now, I did beat 1 level earlier with 2 health. Actually, it was the level. Was it the level? No, it wasn't the Skekmal level. It was the one before that. Everyone was dropping like flies. And I had 2 health left. I attacked, and I won. It was incredible. I thought I was gone for sure. I pretty much gave up on it. I just started doing dumb moves, but not really thinking. Oh, cleanse. Let's cleanse. Yeah, let's cleanse her so she cannot miss attacks. Because we only got 2 guys left. I only need to capture 2 more podlings. I think if I move here, I can make this guy not run away anymore. His movement is down. Yes, Onward is the Pixar movie set in a fantasy universe. Yeah, it looks really funny. Would you like to make if so, a crossover? What do you mean by making a crossover for it? Like, should there be other, like, should they enter other fantasy worlds like Thra or Endor or whatever other Fantasia or Fantastica if you read the Neverending Story book, which you should if you're a Neverending Story fan. It's so good. I'm telling you. I'm telling you, you should. Alright, we're gonna. I want to test out if the magic up affects his abilities that require MP. What is this guy at? 120, 85. Yeah, let's keep chasing this guy down. He's getting annoying moving around. He's not a marked enemy anymore, is he? I don't think he's marked. No, his attack's just down now. So let's... Oh, we don't need to pummel again. I think our attack does the most. What are some crossovers you'd like to see in that universe? I mean, because when you have a playing field like that, you can have them go anywhere. I really do like the premise, and I've seen the teaser. I'm trying to avoid any other trailers or things like that, because once I know I want to see a movie, I mostly just avoid it. And by avoid it, I mean avoid any spoilers or anything like that. Let's see, our Shake 'em Off does more damage on a regular attack, so we might as well do that. That would have been really great if I used that earlier. Alright, let's fire this dude. I'm running low on MP for him, but we're not even close to getting hurt, so I think we're going to be totally fine for this. Can I mark? Oh, he's almost dead. Let's mark. Actually, let's attack him first. By the time he gets down to use his ability, not going to be much use. A theme park based on the Dark Crystal. I'd love for it to be where you can see some of the puppets, things like that. So wherever any of the museums are and whatnot. Wow, that did an 18 again, so it's not going to do much. Alright, I think we can just finish this guy off with an attack. Glancing! Wow! Wow, that guy's OP. Please nerf him. Just kidding. 62, 92. Might as well use this. Oh, he's not marked. Oh, you can't even use it if he's not marked. Oh, that's cool. Okay. Nah, he's done anyways. You know, I really wish I could go to the Dark Crystal Con, the Great Con Junction, I should say, the Great Con Junction on Saturday. There it looks like there's going to be some really great stuff there. Alright, Brea. That Podling is getting away. Get back here. Run, 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 run. Thwap him. Got you. Look, I'll make a deal with you. You don't tell anyone I'm running off, and in exchange, I won't make you take a bath. Never trust a Podling, unless he's an honorable paladin like Hup. Now, to return to the Citadel. You know, there is a certain reason that only Hup has a spoon in the show. So I don't necessarily love that they gave all the Podling spoons. I mean, it's cute though. And a lot of this is a very cute aesthetic. 70 pearls. Rion is now level 5, so we can finally do a new job. Oh, and Kylan's level 5. Alright. Let's buff these bad boys here then. Let's see, looking at the time. I don't know if I have too much time left, but we will find out. Okay. First things first, Rion. We can now do a level secondary job. There's not many jobs. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Final Fantasy Tactics had like, they said they're going to kind of base it on that. This is new. I thought there'd be more. They're keeping it simpler, just fine. Let's see, which one? Let's see what abilities these have and what would help Rion the most. There is, so this is the scouting abilities. Throwing a rock, Entangling Boa, Mark. You'll be able to mark my own targets might help. Antidote, Sure-Footed, Passive Scout. Grants the ability to step up and down. Additional elevation, maneuver, grant evasion up for 3 turns. Attack after moving 3 tiles. Mark a target for 5 turns. So this, a lot of this combos well with some of his attacks he already has. What about Mender? Healing. I mean, I usually have a healer with me. Barrier, Dreamfast, blah, blah, blah. You see, when I think of Paladin, I think a tanky attacker that can heal and buff allies. Oh, these I can't get till 10. And these other higher ones. Ooh, Grave Dancer. Oh, your Thief needs to be 5 in Paladin. What do we want for secondary? I think we're going to go with Scout, so we're going to set this as a secondary job. And let's go to abilities, and man, I really wish they would change the real estate on this. There's so much unused space. I'm going to stop complaining though. Stun, inflict defense down. Okay, secondary abilities. Throw a rock and Entangling Boa. He doesn't have much MP already. Oh, I get to select 2. Oh, and I only have 2 currently. So, that's a no-brainer. Just take what they give you. Okay. Did I get any new equipment? Negative. And I still don't think I have very much. Alright. What do we want? Kylan. Does he have a new ability opened up? Mark an enemy, reducing its evasion for 3 turns. Focus, grant critical chance. Did I already have that? Oh, Antidote, remove poison, blind, and wounded from an ally. That's kind of nice. Especially because he has a lot of turns. I don't like having turns where Rion, because he's my biggest attacker tank, I guess, currently. Unless Gurgen sticks around. But he doesn't seem to... I don't like wasting turns on him, because then if he does any of these things, he can't attack. But Kylan gets to take so many turns. That doesn't seem bad. I can select 1 more. Wasn't this already picked? I like the Entangling Boa. He already has a ranged, so I'm gonna go with the remove poison, blind, and wounded. Unless I get a Fizz gig helper, but let's look at secondary jobs. Again, he can go. What route do we want him to go? Ooh, okay. Kylan is a song teller, so he has to go this route. I'm not even gonna look at what it is or what it has. I'm going that route. May not be playing the most strategic, but I'm playing for theme here. Set a secondary job. See, I did not even look. I mean, I already know what some of this has, but... Alright, he is going to heal an ally. Oh yeah, those are his only 2 abilities, so... Cool. Why is job showing up? Yeah, oh man, I really want him. Yeah, he's definitely going Song Teller. We're getting Kylan up to Song Teller. I'm probably gonna primarily pick the characters from the books, honestly. All right, what do we got here? Comments. Podling's using mud ball slingshots. I think that makes a lot more sense. I mean, earlier they were throwing mud balls at me, so that totally makes sense. Close up, he should just... They should have abilities like be able to hit and run, because they're so little and small. They should be really hard to hit as well. What would happen if Augur's voice was redubbed by Donna Kimball instead of Billy Whitelaw? You know, I'm not familiar with... That name sounds really familiar. Are you talking about Augur in the original? Is that what you're talking about? Because Donna Kimball's the new voice of Augur, right? I thought, if that's the case, I think she did a good job voicing Augur and getting those same feelings and emotions out, and grunts and sounds and whatnot. Wouldn't it be awesome to incorporate Dark Crystal in the Macy's parade as a parade float with live puppeteers and costume creatures? Yes it would. That's a company has been in the Macy's parade. Actually, they always are. It's usually with Sesame Street. A couple times they've done other things. I think like Dinosaur, Froggle Rock was one. I think that happened in the 80s. That definitely happened in the 80s. Yeah, I'm okay with them leaving the voices alone. You know, I wouldn't mind a Dark Crystal special edition where they kind of cleans up some of the kind of bad green screens they had way back. I mean, it was early technology. They were using that super early 80s. But oh man, I really want Naya to get. Yeah, I'm just gonna be buffing up my favorite characters. I love Froggle Rock. Ooh, we have this open now. Ooh, the secret chamber. You want to see lore? Let's keep going with some of these side missions here. I'm not going to rehash these. I've probably got time for one more. Let's see. Should we rescue Gurjin? Let's rescue Gurjin. I am a big fan of Gurjin. What was this one again? Oh, Hup. We want Hup. We're getting Hup. Sorry, Gurjin. Hup stole my heart. I had no idea a Podling would be such a great character. Alright, we got Deet. Is Deet my only ally? There's lots of Aratham. Alright, in that case, we are definitely... Oh, I can't... Can I not use Jen? I'm sorry, Jen. Jen's father. I'm just kidding. Cannot use Rion? I guess not. So let's go with Naya. And here, let's go with Kylan. Yeah, drop me your idea about the Dark Urskek. And have you read the Creation Myths comic? There's one of the reasons that Urskek split is kind of due to what people have named Darkheart, that kind of Urskek that was really struggling. But of course, at this point, they were already cast down to Thraw for not being pure. Hi, my name's Deet, and you are... Scree! Wait a minute, we could be friends. Wouldn't that be nice? Well, this is just playing through the game. And some of the book, actually. Scree! Hup! Na bushi lambo aduma. Chai Podling justista. I really need a spoon prop here. I have plenty of wooden spoons. Wait, be careful. What abilities does she have again? I mean, there's so many of them. What is there? Oh, they have 250 HP. Okay. I mistakenly thought they were not going to be that tough. So let's... probably physical attack. So let's give everyone some protection. Ooh, we get a B-Hup right away. Let's take a little closer look at Hup. Hup. earned that spoon. He deserved that spoon. And in the Age of Resistance comic, actually starting with number 5, this is a 4-part series with Hup, you see when he gets a spoon and how his kind of adventure towards being a Podling Paladin begins. It's great. And thwapping happens, that's for sure. Actually, I want to open up that comic to see if that wording is even used there, because that thwap attack is so good. Shin bash? Hit him in the shins. Attack and inflict root to an enemy for a turn. Grant barrier to self for 1 turn. Oh, see, that's cool. Thwack. Attack an enemy and knock it back 1 tile. Okay, I have to look to see if that is the actual name of it. Alright, we do get bonus. Oh, he's not lower than me. Well, that one will be lower. I'm going to stay over here, so I'm not too close to that Aratham. That's 64, and my MP's 4. Oh, he doesn't have much MP either. This one inflicts root. Does not going to benefit that much, I don't think. We're just going to attack. Get a little bonus for the high ground. Hoopman, I don't know if I've seen... Have I seen your Hup? I don't know. Did I like it on Instagram? That's probably where I would have seen it. I don't frequent Instagram as much. I'm mostly on Twitter. Hup says, Devourer! Strong attack to rooted heroes. So if they're rooted, does that do more damage to them? Aratham Spitter. And spitters with blinding spit? That's not very nice at all. I love how innocent Deet is. And Deet was actually heavily based on the protagonist from Power of the Dark Crystal. Oh, she is rooted. Well, that was quick. Oh, but you know what? Didn't I get a buff for him? Okay, wait. What does she have? She has... No, stay. I want to see her. I want to see what Deet's stats are. Ah, it keeps clicking off. I want to see it. Well, bummer. You can't. Alright, well, she's rooted. What does Antidote do? Removes poison, blind, and wounded. Okay, well, she's not any of those, so that's not going to help. Critical to 3. Boa. Okay, everyone is really separated. Wait, who's this guy? Oh. That's Naya. She's already injured. Let's heal her, because I do want Naya to be helpful. Chat. A Skeksis carriage with Gelfling mounted on Lance Striders. Oh, talking about the Dark Crystal float. Yeah, there's so many great things you can do with that. Skek Model Hunter. Oh yeah, so good. All the puppets. You know what I loved about the timing of when the Dark Crystal Age of Resistance came out? August, September, and then October. You had all the artists doing Inktober stuff, and there's so many great drawings in so many different ways of Dark Crystal stuff. I loved it. I loved it. I kind of want to join the party. Never split the party, but yeah, we still have the high ground here. Oh, you're on the floor. Yeah, you could really do a lot, but I still don't know if Dark Crystal is that popular where people would know what that float would be. All right, we are getting separated. I feel like that's a bad thing. But Deet is currently rooted, so she can't do much. Attack and inflict, attack down, bash. You know what? Let's shove this guy so he can kind of lose. Hopefully it doesn't just start attacking Hup. Sorry, Hup. Oh, that's just wrong. And he's blinded. Great. Yeah, I need to not split the party. Oh, I put him right behind. That was not the best shove. All right. Okay, so she cannot move because she's rooted. Rooting lasts for one more turn. Let's... I don't know if we need her. heal anyone yet. I think they're fine. Not much else to do. We're gonna have Kylan. Kylan's the real hero. We're gonna have him go help out. Oh, he can't reach. He has boa throw, right, though? I'm probably too close. Was there another Aratham somewhere on this map? I thought I saw a big one. Maybe that was just a close-up. Oh, yeah, I guess that was just... Okay, yeah, no. Oh, this is all of them. Okay. That's not too bad. Tickling bow is not going to do much. You know what? Hup's going to be okay. No, I need to go help him. Yeah, let's go help him. I know that's not going to reach. Oh, oops. I did not mean to do that. My bad. Oh, now he's rooted? That's really bad. That guy's only 13. Oh, but he's hurt. Well, this might take him out. Ah, it worked. And his blind is gone. Alright, we have Naya. What buff does that Aratham have? Oh, it does not have a buff. That is Deet. Carapace. Well, let's get the attack down. Yeah, there's like 2 Arath or 3 Aratham left. I think we'll be fine. We do need to start healing Deet, though. And actually, she can. Let's move and heal. Let's not move away from everybody, but let's heal. Deet's the real tank. Kylan cannot do much. He can't reach anyone with his Soothe. He doesn't really need it. Can he grant magic? Nope, that has to be someone close. We're just going to have him... Oh, he can still entangle. Yeah, let's do that. Bum, 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 ba-dum. Alright, let's see some... Let's do some shin bashing. These guys have lots of shins. And he's rooted. Oh, he's ranged. Root doesn't matter that much. Let's see. Kylan. Who can... finish him off. What if when they crack the crystal a second time? We're talking about the power of the dark crystal here. Instead of the Skeksis, it's all the Urskeks that died before the 3rd conjunction. See, that'd be something interesting, like, because we actually don't know what happens to the Urskeks or the Skeksis when they die. That's one of the things that the Emperor's wondering. He's like, what happens to us? Like, what do we do? Go into the nothingness, the blackness, things like that. Which is one reason, because they don't know, they fear that they want to live forever. conflict's done. You know, I think we could just 71. We're going to just attack you. Actually, can I move to the higher ground? I probably can't move that much. No. Alright, we're gonna finish off. Oh, he's almost done anyways. Finish you off. Deet. Oh, it's not Deet's turn, it's Hup's turn. Brave Hup. Cannot attack. THWACK's the same distance, so we're just gonna end there. Because I ended early, he still gets to go before the Aratham does. Aratham! Let's give Hup the high ground so we move out of the way. And we will attack. Yeah, I do like that idea that having the Urge Kicks come back, like their souls were trapped in the crystal or things like that. Like they took from them as much as the Urge Kicks were taking from the crystal kind of imbued or took them. That'd be something interesting. For the ones who died, that is. That would be something very interesting. And we need to do THWACK. What happens if you try to knock an enemy back and there's someone else there? Oh, it moves your person back. Do you think Deet would be an excellent plush doll? I do. Absolutely. I've seen some on Etsy. They're really adorable. I'll pull some up here in a little bit. Of course, I would like to see some more official stuff there. Oh, I cannot heal him. Does anyone else need healing? Okay, let's just end his turn. Oh, I can boa. I cannot boa. I can move back and boa, but I'll just end my turn. I'll be able to go faster. Let me see here. Oops. I think it was on Etsy I saw it. It was, oh, yeah. It's so adorable. Alright, let me see if I can switch this over to my desktop real quick. Oops. Ignore that. Ignore the man behind the curtain. Look at this adorableness here. Oops. Okay. Also, look at this adorable Hup. Oh my word. And these are not official Dark Crystal products, and I don't advertise them, but this is just live stream. We're just talking. Look how cute that is. Oh man, the little spoon. But that was not your question. Your question was about little Deet. Let's take a look at her, shall we? Let's take a look. Oh, look at this. Yes. Adorbs. Totes adorbs, as the kids say. Sorry for that. So embarrassing. Oh, so cute. I love the rosy cheeks. The white hair. That's great, is it not? Oh, I love it. Let's just leave that up and enjoy that. Okay, let's get back to our game here. Yeah, they're so cute. You can find a lot of things on Etsy and Google, and again, when you have people who love and watch the Dark Crystal, some people really, I mean, it imbues creativity because it's so creative. The story, the puppets, the landscape, the backdrops, I mean, so much of it. It's going to encourage people to be creative and things like that. So, let's. Yeah, this guy's close to dying. Let's just keep attacking him. We'll just brute force this. I don't think there's that much strategy for this. It's not too tough. I have already lost a level. This level is not too tough, I should say. Let's... Deet would heal Hup. They're good buddies. So that will definitely happen. Let's just keep brute force attacking this guy. Yeah. It's THWACK time. THWACK. Ooh, a crit. Yes, THWACK wins. You know, I gotta look up where the THWACK. I'm pretty sure that's in the comic. If it's in the comic, I'm gonna give these guys major kudos. Anyways, Deet says, "That was amazing. Thank you. I'm Deet." Okay, hold on quick. You know, you totally should write a fanfic about that scenario. There are some really good Dark Crystal fanfics. Let's see. I'm looking at the comic. I'm not gonna show it in case you haven't read it yet. I was looking to see if he says THWACK. Oh, man, this comic's really funny. Really good so far. Let's see. Oh, so this one says whack. I'm gonna cover up who he's hitting. Oops, no, didn't do a very good job there. Whack. See if it doesn't say THWACK. Just get some white out and a red marker, and that's at a T. Whack. Oh, that's so good. Okay, let's see. That's not the last time someone gets hit by Hup Spoon. So let's see if the second part says THWACK. One thing I really love about this too is how the Podling bar they go to, the sign they have over the door, it's like this angry fizz gig. That's so good. That's so good. Let's see. I know there's more attacking by Hup. Hup is mighty in attacking. Let's see. Oh! I knew it. THWACK. THWACK. So the Podlings in the game have a THWACK attack. THWACK attack. That sounds so good. And Hup in the comic does a THWACK. When I said THWACK, I was like, that's such a comic booky type attack. Ha! And he does THWACK. That is nerdy. I doubt that there was a connection there. That's just a very typical comic way. The first time it says whack. The second time it says THWACK. He's obviously getting better with his hits. So the next comic comes out the 24th, February 24th. From whack to THWACK. Where do you go from there? 2 T's? THWACK. So THWACK. I mean, there's so many options. Who knows? Alright, Deet says, that was amazing. Thank you. I'm Deet. Lady Deet. I am Hup, a Podling Paladin. Almost. Must see Almatra first. I'm actually working on a semi-cosplay for Hup. I have a couple pieces of his outfit, but it also kind of looks like a seafaring dude, so it works for like medieval type Renaissance fair stuff as well. But when I'm wielding a spoon and get a certain type of hat, I still need to find a good BD hat for that. It'll be more the Dark Crystal fans will know, especially with my painted spoon, which I haven't done yet. I need to see the Almatra too. Perhaps we can travel together. Together then? Victory! Alright, comments. I could come up with a crossover fanfic where my original character visits Thra and takes the form of a Gelfling. What's my favorite crime? I don't even know what you mean by that. I am not going to encourage crime on Facebook. Is this a trap? Just kidding. Probably, I mean, the Skeksis' lies and propaganda, they're good and brilliant, and the Chamberlain is a master of that. Kylan is level 6. He has a new ability, Sure-Footed. Naya. I'm actually not level 5 yet. I need my Naya to be tough. Naya is tough. I'm just trying to make her like the books though in my game. Let me look at my party real quick. Kylan. Said he got a new ability, Sure-Footed. Grants the ability to step up and down an additional elevation. He can't fly. It's passive. I already have 3. Okay. Critical chance for 3 turns. Oh, crit chance for 3 turns. That's good. I like removing the poison because he's quick. Can do that a lot. Deal damage and inflict move down for 2 turns. I like that. I think I'm going to leave him. Do I have any new secondary abilities? No. I haven't gotten any new equipment. And I feel like you gotta grind to get more of those pearls. I also still want to know why they decided pearls. Ooh, my voice is getting tired. I haven't realized how long I've been talking. See, all these levels on it, 280? I don't know that much stuff. Surfing Fork. That's something for a hub character when you get him. What heroes do I have? This is all I have in the party so far. Oh, I don't have Hup yet? What else do I gotta do for Hup? I'm gonna save up my pearls. Secret Chambers. Can you redo these missions, or is it just... Oh, it's completed. No, it just has these as grindy ones. That's I don't know if you really want to encourage grinding. Stonewood. D and Hup arrive in Stone in the Wood and have a run-in with some very rude Gelfling. Oh yes, let's defeat those rascally guys. Sorry, Gurjin. We're gonna have to keep waiting for you. I really want Hup. How could you not want Hup? He's the best. Yeah, you know, if I agree with you that if Below the Dark Crystal was even further out, I think that'd be a little better. I just don't like it when sequels undo some of like the great epic triumph of the original from whence they came. But you know, all right. What do we got? We got some very rude Gelfling. Who wants some Podling Justista? You know who wants it? This is Naya. Naya wants some Podling Justista. There's no doubt in my mind. Are there no other empty spots? That is it. But there's not much. Let's see. Is that it for this map? Okay. Alright. Looks like it'll be a quick and easy level. Alright, Hup says, Deep Hup, now welcome here. Must go to Harar. Come on, Hup. Don't you want to enjoy a nice Stonewood brew? I do. Yeah, how come some craft beer makers haven't made some cool Gelfling brew based on the different clans? This rude Gelfling, wow, look at that crazy thing on his forehead and that scowl. Something in here smells like wet fizzgig. Must be her. Man, forget that guy. We're gonna get some Podling Justista on you. Where's my Hup? My Hup there. Ah, yes. It's Hup time, boys. It's Hup time. We're gonna get us some Podling Justista. Fumai Baboi Ne Apara Pianunchi Omoni Aminadit. He's talking trash. You don't have to know what those things mean. You know he's talking trash. The rude Gelfling says, I won't let a pompous little podling talk to me like that. Ah, see, told you. Let's get him. Oh, you guys are so done for. Marked. I ain't scared about your marked. Podling Justista. Ah, he said it. I wish he would just get enraged. That'd be so great. Alright. What can he do again? Attack and inflict root. Mud ball. Oh, look, he has mud ball. I didn't have this last time. Attack and inflict blind for 3 turns on a critical hit. Oh, so blind is only on a crit. So if I had, do I have anyone that does mark? I know Kylan had that. But I don't have Kylan. Does... I wish I could see her abilities. Well, let's get this. You know what? Let's stay away from these guys. Let's move here. I think I can attack him with a mud ball. Am I too far from him? Oh, I am. Okay, then we're not gonna undo that move. And actually, let's try to root him since he did that to Deet. We're gonna try to root him so he can't actually get to Deet. Shin Bash. And this will give him barrier. That's a great attack. That's such a great attack. I mean, Hup should be OP for crying out loud. Alright, he can't attack me there. We're in a big bar fight, so let's... It's Naya's turn next. Yeah, should be fine. She's a little tankier. Alright, Carapace for our fellows here. Let's move. And if I shove, will he still be rooted? That's what I want to know, because then he can't attack anybody. That'd be great. Attack down, inflict stun on an enemy. Let's try. I'm curious how it works, so let's just experiment. He does not. That makes sense. Go ahead and attack Hup. He's got Carapace. He ain't scared. He'll take it. Ooh, a 37 stone throw. Man, that was strong. Oh, she's also marked. Oh, he can also throw. Oh, is he a scout? Oh, he is a scout. I should have paid attention to that. You know what? Yeah, thwacked. We don't even know what's after thwack, but it's gonna happen to you. You're gonna cry. Alright, we're gonna protect D in here. And she's gonna have the high ground. She gets plus 10 attack. Not that she even needed it. D's OP. Alright, it is Naya's turn. Naya of the Drenching Clan. Wait, is it only these three guys? That's not bad at all. Let's... Pummel Strike. Good damage, and his attack is down. He only did 16 damage to Hup, so it did seem to help. Let's move. I was hoping to move here, but it looks like he can't get on that spot. I could also just not be able to reach it. I wish you could attack and then move. Other tactic games let you do that. They don't let you do that here. Oh well, oh well. These guys are not so bad, so let's... Do I need barrier again? Barrier is different. Is that the same as this barrier? Oh, I already have barrier. So that's fine. In that case, let's thwack. Wow, 52 crit. Okay, we need to start healing here for a little bit. But Hup gets to go a lot because he just moved and he gets to go again. I also have not been moving him. I've just been letting these guys come to me. Oh, he has no more. No more. You know, this guy's gonna go down first. Let's keep going after this guy. He has no more MP. That's what I was getting at. There's only two guys left. I think we'll be fine. Let's attack. Oh, you can't move here. Hup does not have much movement, which makes sense. He's got little legs. Totally makes sense. I'm okay with that. GG. Rude Gelfling. Get you to be rude. Alright. Let's... Yeah, I'm not too worried about his. What's my most powerful attack? Just basic attack. He's the last one left. We got three guys. This is another easy one. I like that we got two folks talking about working on some fanfics. Or three, actually. You all should do fanfics. I've read some. And I have enjoyed it. Dark Crystal fans are typically creative people in different aspects, so I love seeing that. Creativity imbues more creativity, does it not? I don't think I need to heal. Let's just up our... Kind of curious to see if doing more abilities gives me more XP. Not sure that it does. Oh. Peace out, Gelfling. Hup says, "Ha ha ha! Podling Justista." Oh, we anchored more. There's more of them. If I would have known that, I would have been saving up some stuff. You there? What's all this commotion about? Yeah, I thought that was too easy of a level. Uh-oh, Hup, run! Hup doesn't... Oh, they are going to run. I thought we were going to keep fighting. I remember there were some levels in the old school Final Fantasy Tactics. You'd have this tough battle, use a lot of your potions, not have many resources left, and then you'd have to have another battle with no break in between, no time to change your abilities or get a different weapon or buy more potions or Phoenix Downs or things like that. You needed to revive. Very punishing, man, tough. You had to really have good strategy. Hey, come back here, you rascals. Rascals. Excuse me. I'll come back to that game here in a sec. Oops. Alright, question. In your THWACK origin video, the comic uses words like years and earth to describe stuff. Let me turn on this music a tiny bit here. Now, earth is a word, and DJ Zapper's talking about the comic. This is from the Creation Myths comic, Volume 1. I don't remember it using the word years. If it's using years, does it use the word years? I have it right here. To answer your question about Earth, Earth does not necessarily mean the planet Earth. Earth is, Terra. I'm thinking of other languages. I've had to study Greek and Latin a little bit. Terra, terrain, can refer to the terrain, to the Earth. We pick up the ground, the dirt, fill the Earth. We're not necessarily talking about the planet. We're talking about the ground, the dirt, it doesn't have to be a proper noun, I guess I should say. You could of a planet say this Earth is hard, or the Earth on planet Mars is a red dirt. It's not typically used that way. It is used that way. It depends on context. So as far as Earth, that's what they mean. Another world, another time in the Age of Wonder. This comic is incredible. This is where I get a lot of my backgrounds, because they're just single pages and just gnarly graphics. The beginning of time, they use words like time. I know in that video I use words like years, and I use it to talk about, in THWACK they're called trine, and a trine is roughly about 1 Earth year. At first there was silence, and then the song began, slowly at first, faint and halting. It called out to the heavens, and the stars opened their eyes, called forth the great light. Let's see. The name of the world's it's probably when it talks about after a time. But after a time, the world grew restless, for the stones had no tongue and longed to speak. The forest had no eyes and longed to see. Okay, it says time, which is cool. I'd be surprised if it used years. I may have said that, but I don't believe the comic does. DJ Zapper, if you know which scene or what it looked like, if you could describe it, I could probably figure it out and find it a little quicker there. But I'm pretty sure it doesn't use time. Earth, yes, but again, lowercase earth is totally fine and justifiable to use. Oh, so good, so good. This is one of the best Dark Crystal comics. So one of the best. Oh, right here, this is the man, Jera Jen. I saw in the play, one of the test playthroughs, they had a character named Jera, and I was like, okay, you can't just name a character Jera. I would love it if there was some DLC where you're Jera Jen, you're just this super OP guy going on crazy adventures all over THWACK, facing formidable foes that no one else can defeat except for Jera Jen. That'd be great. I love it. Anyways. Let's get back to the game here. I'm getting a little distracted. Stream over. Live game. Here we go. Oops. Wrong button. There we go. Hey, Naya's level 5 now. New job, Mender. In Hub. I got some daggers, bent spike, and 80 pearls. Yeah, DJ Zapper, at that point I was talking about months as are called Unum. Unum is roughly the equivalent of 1 Earth month. So those weren't words used in the comic. Those are just my own words. It's describing, kind of trying to relate, what do they mean when they say trying? It's roughly 1 Earth year. So, and by Earth I mean the proper noun Earth, our Earth. So, oh yeah, let's do Ghibli, some Dark Crystal stuff. That'd be cool. I'm okay if you animated Dark Crystal stuff. It'd be great. But there was going to be an animated Dark Crystal series similar to Thundercats. I know they even worked on that and talked about that for Netflix before they decided to go puppets. I'd be totally cool with that. Just give me some more Dark Crystal. Let's make it good. Alright. What's the lore level? I think it's time to rescue Virgin. And this time it might actually be my... Actually, I should probably end here. Let's end here for today. I might have a chance to play later. We'll see. Well, anyways... Thank you all for joining. I will try to continue this as much as I can. Doing some Dark Crystal Tactics playthrough. I'm going to play the game anyway, so I figured I might as well stream it when I can. So thanks all for joining me. Enjoy the conversation. I'll put these videos up. I'll try to trim them, clean them up. It's my first day ever live streaming, so I'm not sure if you can even do that. Yeah, I had fun. It was enjoyable. Until next time, keep exploring Thra.